Angles of rotation. We're going to eventually, here at the end, we're going to be extending trig beyond triangles into the coordinate grid. To do that, we have to be able to accurately graph angles of all different types. Okay, and know where they go and how to position them on the coordinate grid. So that's what we're going to be doing here with angles of rotation. And then we'll move into the trig parts of it at the end and then tomorrow. So, these important terms, let's talk about almost all of them. We're going to graph angles in standard position. And standard position is made up of two key parts. The initial side, which is going to be along the positive x-axis. So this is the initial side. We don't usually draw that. Okay, I'm drawing it at this time to show you, but we don't normally draw the initial side. And then we're going to have the terminal side, or the end. So initial, beginning, or start, terminal, end. And then we're going to have an angle. In positive rotation, the angle goes counterclockwise. So this would be plus 135, let's say, degrees. So the angle is going to go counterclockwise. So that takes care of the first four terms there. Standard position. You have the initial side along the positive x-axis. The vertex, or the part where it bends, is right at the origin. And then the terminal side is going to be somewhere around the axis. And then that gives us the angle of rotation, which is 135 degrees here. Negative rotation is going to be very similar. But now we're going to be, instead of going counterclockwise, we're going to go clockwise. And that will give us a negative rotation. And let's say that's negative 65 degrees. Notice how I draw very poor, but I draw little arrows on the end of all of my angles. That's just to show which direction the angle is going out, which is a good habit to get into for vectors next year in pre-calc and physics as well. We put arrows on the end to show where it's going. Same thing, we also put arrows on the ends of the angle here to show which way they're being measured. Okay? Any questions about that? Now, as a note, you can go around the circle more than once. So a terminal side can have an angle greater than 360 degrees, or less than negative 360 degrees. Okay, you can go around more than once, and we'll see that when we do this example 990. So what we want to do now is we want to draw these angles with the given measures in standard position. So I'm going to start off with 320. I'm going to start off with 320. So the first thing I do is I draw a little coordinate grid. Now, can you tell me what are the names of the quadrants? What is this quadrant? 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. What quadrant is 320 degrees going to be in? The fourth quadrant. And we go 90, 180, 270, and 320. About right there. Do you have to get a protractor out and measure it exact? No. No, you don't have to do that. I'm going to look for just, you're getting it in approximately the right location. This isn't grade school, we don't need to do it with protractors. But, you don't have to do this drawing. Would this be acceptable, do you think? No. Okay, if I see that, I'm going to say that doesn't look like 320 degrees. Nor will that be acceptable. Okay? It's got to be in approximately the right location. And it's pretty easy to tell. You either know where it goes or you don't. Okay? So keep that in mind. Alright, to finish this off, I'm going to draw the angle in. I put a little arrow, 320 degrees. I'm going to write 320 degrees on my paper. Let's do negative 110. Now, which direction am I going to go with negative 110? Clockwise. So start here. Again, you always start on the positive x-axis. That's the initial side. 90. About 110 right there. Negative 110. Again, draw our angle in. Negative 110 degrees. Okay. All right, 990. Does anybody know, just looking at 990, where it goes on the graph? I don't. Well, let's try it here. Okay, 990. So 990, what am I going to subtract from 990? Do I know where 630 goes on the graph? So I'm going to subtract. Do I know where 270 is? How many times around the circle did I go? 2 3/4. But yeah, 2 times around completely. So where is that? Where is 270? Straight down. And I'm going to go around once, twice, Now, when you take pre-cal, you'll have angles so large it's even hard to draw those. Sometimes people try it, but... Alright. Easy peasy, right? Why don't you guys try the next two? 210 and negative 300. Now I'll give a ticket to whoever wants to do on the board. Tickets. If anybody wants to do it on the board. Yeah, just do the first one. Okay. Did your notes in your head? That's pretty good.
I downloaded it.
You downloaded it, wow. Like,
New technology.
no, there's a movie with, what's his name? Guy from The Matrix. Keanu Reeves. There's a movie with Keanu Reeves where he downloads stuff into his brain, like illegal, like technical information. And he's like a mule transporter for them. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Very good. Let me shoot this one. Very good. You guys look like you guys got this. Very good. Okay, so you start here. This is your initial side. And which way are we going to go? Clockwise or counterclockwise? Counter. So what's up here? 90. It's right here. Oh, it's 90, 90, so this is. And then 210 was the a little bit beyond that. Right? Very good. Very good. Very good.
I think they push one of those things that's the lead on it.
What do you push?
I think it's straight.
Line.
Oh,
What's the lead on?
there is a button down there that does make straight lines.
Next one.
So
What's
what's
the next one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
There we go. Oh.
You're learning my secrets. You're supposed to know the secrets.
Sounds crazy.
You gotta straighten it, okay? Just leave it alone. Better that you can't erase it actually that way.
Oh.
Sorry. It's fine. It's good. Quality work.
Focus, focus, focus.
Oh. Ooh, goody goody.
Got the arrow,
You gotta put an arrow in it.
if you gotta take it back.
Oh, she also forgot the degree symbol.
Oh, it's right
You get a
here.
ticket for yourself.
Right there.
One.
Sweet, I wouldn't mind. I got the movie passes, by the way. Good. Easy, right?